Dear students, welcome to Social Studies class. You are going to discuss the world between wars. The world between wars is the first lesson from the history topic. History topic. The lesson name is our topic name is the world between wars. Already you know something about World War One and Two. Why? Because already you learned about World War One and Two in 8th class, but not very much. But you learned a little bit about World War One and Two. Already you know very well about years. World War One started in 1914, ended in 1918. World War Two started 1939 and 1945. You know very well about this years. Already you know about years. But already you know very well about what countries are participating in that World War One and Two. But in this chapter, you have to discuss clearly about World War One and Two and causes of the world wars. Causes of the world wars. Before going to the main topic, you have to discuss about age of extreme. What is the importance of the age of extreme and what is age of extreme you have to discuss in this first topic. First one, what is the age of extreme? Age of extremes. Eric Hobsbawm, he was a famous historian. He called the 20th century as a age of extreme. What is the name of the person? Age of Eric Hobsbawm. Eric Hobsbawm, a famous historian, called the 20th century as the age of extreme. Age of extreme. What is the age of extreme means? Because there are a lot of changes are occurred in this century. Some are the great, some are the very dangerous. Very dangerous. What are the great changes? What are the dangerous changes? You will discuss one by one clearly. First one, democratic principles. Democratic principles are accepted in this century. Means democratic principles are started in the place of undemocratic. Why? Because initially every country almost ruled by king and queen. The type of government is called monarchy government. It is also called undemocratic government. Undemocratic government means the head of the government is not elected by people directly. Is another way hereditary system. Hereditary system. That's why it is called undemocratic government. What happened in the 20th century? Democratic ideas were developed in the place of undemocratic. This was the first great change occurred in the 20th century. Second one, literacy levels. Literacy levels increased. Literacy levels also increased. And third one, movies emerged. Movies were emerged. And next one, fourth one, women's got right to vote. And last one, many countries got independence. Many countries got independence. These are the great changes. First one, democratic principles are asserted. Second one, literacy levels increased. Movies emerged. women's got right to vote, and many countries got independence. These were the great changes. Another one also there. They are unlocked the secrets of atom bombs. These were the great changes occurred in the 20th century. But what are the dangerous changes occurred in the 20th century? First one, World War One. World War One started in 1914. Next, World War Two started in 1939. And last one is that Great Depression. Great Depression occurred in the century only. First one, what are the dangerous changes? World War One started, World War Two started, and third one is the Great Depression occurred in the century only. Great Depression main features massive unemployment. Means so many people, so many workers lost their jobs. This is called as the massive unemployment. And the second one is economic breakdown. Because workers lost their jobs, there is no money. That's why economically every country totally became very poor. This is called economic breakdown. First one, what are the important features of the Great Depression? First one, massive unemployment. Second one is economic breakdown. These were the great changes and dangerous changes occurred in the 20th century. That's why this 20th century was called as Age of Extreme by Eric Hobsbawm. This is the foremost question answer. Very, very important. Okay, next we are going to discuss about world wars and ominous facts. World wars, ominous facts. What is the meaning of the ominous? Means original facts. What was the main reason to start the World War One and World War Two? World War Two. First one, all you know very well about Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution means nothing but man-made goods are replaced by machine-made goods. Once again I will repeat, man-made goods are replaced by machine-made goods. Because all you know very well, initially the production totally carried at home only. The system was called as a putting out system. Initially the system called putting out system. Because totally the production carried at homes only. And later the production shifted from home to factories. This is called as the Industrial Revolution. Because of Industrial Revolution, so many countries have become very rich and some of the countries have become very poor. Some countries have benefited by Industrial Revolution, some countries did not benefited by Industrial Revolution. Because of Industrial Revolution, the world divided into two parts. One is called West. Another one is called Rest. Because of Industrial Revolution, the world divided into two parts. One is called West, another one is called Rest. West means economically developed countries. Yes, West means economically developed countries. Rest means economically backward countries. Economically backward countries. First one, economically developed countries. Economically backward countries. West means economically developed countries. Rest means economically backward countries. And economically developed countries also called as industrialized developed countries. And economically backward countries also called as colonial countries of Asia and Africa. Colonial countries of Asia and Africa. Colonial countries of Asia and Africa. These are the rest. Colonial countries of Asia and these are the Industrialized developed countries. What are the developed countries? Britain, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, USA. These are the industrialized developed countries. But these are the already colonial countries, means one of the country, India. You know that India very well about that. India is one of the colony of the Britain. Our country was ruled by Britain nearly 200 years. Our country, okay, nearly 200 years. Finally, it was started struggle for independence. Finally, got independence in 1947. Like the colonial countries of Asia and Africa, just beginning their struggle for independence, because they maintain unity. They started struggle for independence. Finally, some of the countries are got independence. But industrial developed countries, there was no unity among these countries. They are loggerheads with each other. What is the meaning of the loggerheads? Loggerheads means quarrel with each other. Why they quarrel with each other? To get colonies. To get colonies, they are logger with each other. To get colonies, they are fighting with each other. This is the cause. This causes to the World War I and World War II. Finally, because of these fightings, because of these quarrels, the industrial development. Okay, because of the rest countries, means colonial countries, just to begin their struggle for independence. But industrial developed countries they did not have unity. They were loggerheads each other. That means quarrel with each other. Why? Because they want to get colonies. That's why they divide into two power blocks. The industrial developed countries were again divided into two power blocks. What were the two power blocks? So first one is a center. It also called as axis power. Second one is called antennate or allies power. First one center or axis power. Second one is antennate or allies power. What were the countries of the center power block? What were the countries of the antennate power block? First one, center power block was led by Germany. Center power block was led by Germany. Antennate power block was led by Britain. This means these two countries were the major countries in that power blocks. Center power block was led by Germany. Antennate power block was led by Britain. What were the remaining countries? Austria, Hungary, and remaining countries here: Russia, France. These are the major countries in the center power block, in the antennate power block. This is about power blocks. Very, very important. This is the two marks question. What are the power? What is the importance of the power blocks? What are the center or axis power countries? What are the antennate or allies power countries? Main point: center power block led by Germany. Antennate power block was led by Britain. Now we are going to discuss the causes of the world wars. Causes of the world wars. Really, truly it was called as World War. Why? Because no country was left untouched by it, from Japan, China in the east, USA in the west. Almost every country participated in that wars. That's why called as world wars. Every war is triggered by some immediate causes built upon long term causes. That means there are two types of causes for the every war. One is immediate cause, another one is long term causes. First one you will discuss immediate causes for the World War I and World War II. First one, World War I immediate cause. Immediate cause for the World War I. Immediate cause for the World War I. What was the immediate cause for the World War I? Because Ferdinand, he was the king of Austria. He was killed by Serbian fanatic on June 20th, 1914. But why he was killed by Serbian fanatic? Because Austria wanted to occupy Serbia. When the Austria declared occupation of Serbia, Serbian fanatic. What is the meaning of the Serbian fanatic? Fanatic means one who loves his country very much and hate other countries. Whenever Ferdinand announced occupation of Serbia, he became very angry and he killed the Ferdinand on June 24th, June 28th, 1914. Okay, simple and shortcut way, immediate cause for the World War I. Ferdinand was killed by Serbian fanatic on June 20th, 1914. This was immediate cause for the World War I. Next one, World War II. Immediate cause for the World War II. This was the immediate cause for the World War II. German tanks driving into the Poland on September 1, 1939. Why the German tanks driving into Poland? What was the reason? Because to get a port of Danzig, the German tanks driving into the Poland. But where is the port of Danzig? Port of Danzig lies between two parts of Germany. Is one of the important port to export goods or import the goods. Germany, this is the port of Danzig was very, very important port area. That's why to get port of Danzig, the German tanks driving into the Poland. Hitler asked to Poland hand over the port of Danzig, but Poland refused to hand over the port of Danzig to Germany. That's why Hitler attacked Poland on September 1, 1939. It was the immediate cause for the World War II. Next one, Germany declared war on Poland. Next, Poland is one of the country belongs to the Britain group. Then Britain added in that war. Finally, it became a very big war that was called as the World War II. Now, we are going to discuss the long-term causes. Once again, I will say that World War I date June 28, 1914. World War II September 1, 1939. Importance of the year World War I started and World War II started in that years. Next one, long-term causes. Long-term causes. First one is aggressive nationalism. Second one is imperialism. Third one is secret alliances. Fourth one is militarism, aggressive nationalism, imperialism, secret alliances, militarism. First one, aggressive nationalism. Actually, the idea of nationalism was a positive feeling, not a aggressive nationalism. Is the nationalism. Nationalism was a positive feeling. It was the foundation to the many modern states. Example, unification. It was a force behind the unification of Germany and Italy. All you know very well about unification of Germany and Italy. The leader of the unification of Germany, Bismarck, the leader of the unification of Italy, totally three numbers are there. Cavour, Mazzini, Garibaldi. Three numbers were the leaders of the unification of Italy. Why? What is the unification of Italy or Germany means? Initial Germany and Italy divided into different parts. These all parts are joined together and they are completed the unification of Germany and Italy. This is the main reason what is the nationalism. Nationalism, that's why nationalism was a positive feeling. But later it became a aggressive nationalism. Aggressive nationalism means create pride in oneself and hate other countries. Create pride in oneself and hate other countries is called as the aggressive nationalism. The idea of the aggressive nationalism slowly developed in the 19th century between the European countries. The aggressive nationalism slowly developed in the 19th century among the European countries. What are the forms of the aggressive nationalism? Fascism and Nazism. Fascism started in Italy. Nazism started in Germany. These are the two forms of the aggressive nationalism. Next one, imperialism. Imperialism is nothing but the policy of domination over weaker countries. That means because of industrial revolution, European countries got more money and wealth. That's why they looked for the safe investment in colonies. Every European country started to get the colonies. That's why race started for the colonies. This created World War I and II. And next one is the secret alliance. Secret alliance means nothing but after defeat of France in 1870, the Bismarck decided to isolate the France. Isolate means single, make a single. Isolate the France. That's why to achieve this, he entered alliance with Austria. Austria in 1879, Italy in 1881. He wanted to isolate the France. To achieve this, he entered into alliance with Austria and Italy. Finally, these three countries combinedly formed one group that is called as the Triple Alliance. But France broke their isolation. It joined with other countries. What are the countries? Britain and France. Finally, the secret alliances are the two groups. First one, Triple Alliance and Triple Alliance here 1882. Triple Alliance 1907. What are the countries in the Triple Alliance? What are countries in the Triple Alliance? Here, first one, Germany, Austria, Italy. Here, Britain, France, Russia. Very, very important. The 1 mark or half mark question. What are the triple alliance countries? What are the triple allied countries? Triple alliance: Germany, Austria, Italy. Triple allied countries are Britain, France, Russia. This is the secret alliance. Last one is the militarism. Last one is the militarism. Militarism is nothing but military is the best way to secure our security, okay, to provide security. Military is the best way to provide security. War is the good way to solve our problems. Many people in that time they believe that what they believe, military is the best way to secure our security. And next one, war is the best way to solve our problems. That's why they increase their military expenditure. Military expenditure from 1880 to 1880, from 1880 to 1914, they increased the military expenditure nearly 300%. That means 132 million pounds to 397 million pounds. This is the importance of the militarism. This is the long-term cause and immediate cause for the World War I and World War II. In the next session, we will discuss what are the another causes for the World War II and World War I. Thank you very much.